Hello and welcome everyone. I am your host Dark Messiah, and today I am doing a tour of my Red Rocket build. I have been trying to post it on Twitch and record it there, but Twitch wants to keep acting up and crashing on me, so we're just gonna do it this way. And this video will be posted on YouTube. So go down below, hit that like, subscribe, and bell notification button if you enjoy these kind of things. So we're gonna walk facing the road. This is gonna be so nothing major gets exposed yet. And we're gonna reach this car. We're just gonna jump up on it for a second. All right, here we go. Dun, 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 dun. And put away the gun so nothing's in the way. So here we go. You can immediately see the sign that says fully safe. Well, you have to get a little closer for it to fully load in, but there it is. So that's our main entrance, and if you can't tell by all the arrows. But first, before we go in, I'm gonna bring you around the outside here. Excuse me. So first things off, we've got all the lighting, signage, some guard posts, but that's not the interesting part. The interesting part is that there's a secret going on here at Red Rocket that I will show y'all what's going on. It has to do with Bob Norwell Builder here. So, Bob Norwell Builder has a dark secret that he uses this red rocket for. Now, we're going to come around this way real quick. As you can see, it's well lit. And there's another billboard. But is it? Questions. All right, so that's the front side for the most part. So we will. I'm not on PC. I'm on an Xbox, so I cannot do like no clipping and get aerial views and stuff like that. Because I don't have the console to put in the console commands to free clip and give you guys aerial views, uh, unfortunately. But we'll get there. And we're going to go around the outside first, ignoring all the dead mole rats. I wasn't dragging them all out of the settlement. And so over on this side, we've got all the walls. There's turrets. And I'm not done completely building. I'm gonna add up some fortified walls now. But yeah, we've got this guard tower here. It sticks out of the settlement build area a little bit. Not by much. Oh, no, never mind. This isn't the one. Actually, I think none of them do, now that I think about it. But, anyways, we got that person watching out over here, making sure nothing comes creeping up. And if they do, it's shoot on sight. So, SOS, shoot on sight. Anyways, so I built the walls up to this hedge. You can kind of see there's something there, but we'll get to that later. Since you can't go through the hedges, I figured not building a wall over them would be fine. I do have mods installed, making all this possible. And an infinite settlement limit, even though it's not supposed to be. So I jacked it, but if you're coming from this direction, there is a guard tower and a turret. In fact, recently, before they all disintegrated over that way somewhere, is a couple super mutants who just decided to wander through this area. That was a mistake on their end. But yeah, we will now come back up this way. I put up a bunch of random miscellaneous lightings to kind of just light the way, because it's pretty dark in this game, especially at night. But now we're gonna go on in and I'm going to unlock the door. That's because of a mod. And we're saving upstairs for last, so don't worry. We'll be immediately greeted by vendors who can't path around the correct way, so they'll just warp to their beds. Like this lady will warp back here. So see, ta-da! So we're before we go inside fully and get that going, I'm gonna show you over here where that lady just went. Anyways, so there's nothing fancy over here, just a shack I built. Um, I am going to stuff things back here and under here. That'll be during this recording too. But in here's just a little sleeping area. As you can see, the lady just warped through it, and this man's clothing is sketching out. So give me. Just wanted to trade a few things. Oh, it's. I'm just gonna take that. Thank you. Now stop glitching. Anyways, so nothing phenomenal over there. Um, but I did do my best to make this as lived in as possible. So yeah, we're gonna. Oh, that person's sketching out too. This happens with mods if your mods don't quite cooperate with each other. Um, it's sometimes a relatively easy fix. And now she's invisible entirely. Just take her outfit that was also on her. Anyways, that's how you fix it. Usually settlers are carrying two types of clothing. I don't know why. It's what they're wearing and what's in their inventory. So yeah. So if you come over here, see, he's not wearing the scavenger outfit, but it's in his inventory. Anyways, so we're gonna come around here. This lady's gonna be in the way. First we're gonna check out this little back section. There's nothing of too much interest back here. I put some flags up, put a little lighting. I glitched this into the pillars, as you'll see. But this is a bed area. I put the water purifiers back here. Um, So we'll go into build mode quickly. So I can grab this, pick it up, and move it out the way. But yeah, there's nothing over here, just water purifiers that are highly protected by walls. My generator's back here. But there is no access back here. So there is that. All right, back into build mode for a moment. And then there. Anyways, we'll continue on over here. So I got dog meat, a dog house sitting over there with a little light above it. He's having issues getting in because, yeah, things are in the way. Like this car that I'm refusing to scrap because it adds to the ensemble here. Anyways, I got a smoking station here. And so settlers can come sit, have a beer, grab a smoke, whatever they want to do. I need to add my. Oh, I already got rid of them all. Never mind. They're probably already stored in the settlement itself. Over here is a lounge area for people to come just sit and relax. I glitched a couple barrels and things back there. I glitched a few greeneries into the ground here. Let's take a seat in front of this. So somebody could be cooking up something and you're just sitting here watching them, waiting in anticipation for their food to be cooked. Maybe they're gonna share it. It looks like they got mole rat up there right now, or mongrel dog. I don't know what type of meat that is. That looks like Brahmin, which comes on the station already. So that's stuff I didn't have to add. We got a couple seats back here with some more plants that I sunk into the ground. Nice little seating area. I got all kinds of stuff that the guard has access to down here. So he grabs what he needs, comes up here, and oh, my bad. That's a she, everybody. I'm sorry, I was identifying you incorrectly. Anyways, they grab what they need, go up and do their guard duty, come back, put back any excess stuff. Uh, Over here is just some lockers and extra storage. This one specifically is to go alongside with the power armor station, which reminds me I need to spawn in a power armor specifically for this one. And to make sure the settlers don't want to get in it, we're going to take out the fusion core. So we're going to come in here. No, we're not. Not that one. We're going to come into items and equipment. We're going to come down to armor. Oh, not that one. We're going to come down to power armor. We're going to say T45. So that's a more common power armor, I believe. And it's not close enough. It didn't spawn where I was hoping it would. So we gotta hop in quickly. Put it in the right spot. Take the fusion core. and then hit the craft so that it jumps into its proper position in there. So power, we're gonna put the fusion core up here. Fusion core there. I put a trash can down so settlers don't have to litter, even though all these bottles, most of them are empty. Some are actually full beer bottles. Somebody didn't get the memo to throw your trash away. But yeah, all that was placed by hand with OC Decorator. Uh, Phenomenal mod allowing you to place static items. So now we'll come around this way. We'll see the gun range. It's the only one here, so they all will line up practicing their shots. Let's go over here. We're now at the bathrooms. This is the men's. I gave them each pre-war money to, wipe with, because you gotta kind of. Well, their money must have fallen underneath. So I gotta get some more real quick. Ignore everything you're seeing right now. I will get to it in a minute. I only need 19. Okay. In there. Now you move. Anyways, as I was saying, ignore everything you were just seeing in there. And yeah, we will put that there. So now they have something to wipe with. The ladies need to wipe too, So yeah, we're gonna turn off the Pip-Boy light and come around here. This is the homeless section, I guess, for the settlers who are here that don't live in the shacks. I'm trying to assign the specific settlers. You'll see them throughout that I've dressed specifically for this area. So I'm trying to assign them to these beds for their nighttime rituals. But over here, we've got just a few mattresses, some fire barrels, a cooking station, and a fire that they have food cooking on and over. Cooking food over the fire here helps them not only with food but with warmth. Ignore that pile of visceral crap. That was a mole rat, I think. We'll find out here. Nope, it's the body parts of a settler, I guess. I wonder what happened. Maybe that's part of the secret. Oh well. Anyways, they're not supposed to be here. They're supposed to be somewhere else, but whatever. So ignore that. Anyways, I put up a couple armor racks and dressed them homelessy. Put them around the fire barrel. Kind of funny, if you ask me. So, anyways, all this crap here isn't supposed to be there. So and I again am on Xbox, so I can't click it and make it go bye bye. And now we're gonna go in. So let's close the door. Use it like a normal person, okay? Open, close. So this is one of those settlers that, like, actually, I want to make sure she's assigned to the correct bed. I'm going to give her this bed over here. Okay, that undid that one, which is fine. But yeah, we got to turn on a light. I left this place pretty much open to the elements because it is where the mute fruit, is being grown. So there's that aspect. Do it yourself helped me do this whole shelf. Um, then again, OC decorator for the static items that I just placed on the table. There's some food sitting there. What they do with these things after they harvest what they harvest, they'll bring it either over here to make meds, and this is needing to be closed for now, uh, or different things here. So now we'll go in here. And now you don't have to ignore everything you see. Okay. So I kept the cooler here, placed a bunch of stuff down with OC decorator, made sure to kind of put the original things down that were here, but in a different setup. We got a bar over here, which is not being attended. I'm also pretending these cameras still work, which is another thing I'm going to be putting in this settlement and wiring it to the back room over here. So first we'll get through this area. So over here in the rack, I got different magazines that I spawn in. I put down a few miscellaneous items. So everything bought from the bar, we do take and accept pre-war money. So they put it all the pre-war money goes in here. The caps stay in the vendor, and I collect them from the workshop later. So we got. Sorry about the lagginess. There's a lot for this to load in. I put in different pictures and stuff. Filled the fridge with ice cold Nuka Colas, Quantum, Cherry, and regular. I placed down some different Nuka Colas over here too. I placed all these with OC Decorator as well. This is kind of a junky work area, but it's not a work area. There's nothing fabulous over here. Whoa, the stutter. There's a lot going on in this settlement, so forgive me. The game is having a hard time. Anyways, we're gonna unlock this door and we're gonna open it and we're gonna come in. Hold on, I gotta. Give it a minute. All right. Hopefully that'll help fix the stutter. Nope, it didn't. Anyways, I put some pictures up in here. I redecorated this room. And the coolest part is that there is some glow from outside from one of the fire barrels. So it kind of looks decent in here. This is what it's like without the Pip-Boy light. I am going to put in a lamp, but I put a newspaper out, a globe, clipboard and pencil, and a cup. I gave him a desk fan. So let's add a few more things to the settlement as it continues to stutter. Right here. First things first, we're gonna put this here. All right. So that's our security camera. So now we're gonna come out here. Oh, and the stutter's gone now. And now it's back. So these cameras are pretty much wall mount. And so I can't stick them up where they where I want them. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna move this painting over just a wee bit so there's room right here. All right, and now I gotta slide it up just a little bit right there. All right. And instead of like connecting it through like that, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come over here to this, hit Y on the wire, not the conduit itself, okay, the wire, and then connect it over here. So there's that. And then we're gonna get another, thank you, another one and place it here and place one here. Okay, so now same aspect applies, but this one can actually connect to that. Now we gotta be very careful because sometimes this wants to be finicky. All right, so since that's being finicky, we'll go from this one over to that one. So that runs the wire through the wall. And I'm going to put one here. And we're going to now enter the workshop area so I can not only show you in there, but I can put up some things in there, security wise. But over here first, OC decorator with that single and do it yourself. The second version of it, the first one, I think doesn't exactly work anymore. So give me a second, I'll show y'all. Oh, I bouncing y'all around. Sorry. Gonna get nauseous just watching me. How dare you? Anyways, we have to go with do it yourself updated version and the do it yourself textures. So these two are what you need to do this stuff with because the original one I don't think works anymore. Anyways, here we go into the workshop. Immediately, we're greeted with all kinds of stuff. There's some wood on the floor over here, some stuff on the floor over there. This gun is not supposed to be there. This gun is supposed to be here. Thank you. Such a pain. Anyways, so back here is where that mechanic sleeps. They don't mind the noise and the smell and the fumes and everything. They don't complain. It's a bed. And that's glitchy. I pushed it into the wall a bit so it does stick out, but that's so it can be not sticking out a crap ton. Uh, they've got a table covered in miscellaneous stuff, some things over here, another do-it-yourself thing up there. Uh, this was also done by do-it-yourself. Um, all these paint cans and paint things were placed by hand with the OC Decorator. Same with the wood and all the stuff on the top here. All of this was placed with OC Decorator. He's our residential smoker. I gave him a little dust fan, kind of works. Put in a ladder. I some wood on the floor again. A dolly, workbench here. The scavenging station. I put in all of this stuff, and we're getting a radiation storm. So, yep, that's great. Cool. OC Decorator placed all of these miscellaneous little items laying around. Give me 1 second. Typically, get rid of the red storms by sleeping. That is not the outfit I put you in.
I just need to trade gear with
This person's supposed to be wearing their. Oh, no. I need them back in their welding goggles, too. There. Their outfit's back. Anyways, as I was saying, I placed a paint can up there, glitched all these walls in, so I had a better way of building. I put that little tool rack up there. Gave them their own little cubby area. There's a baton and a pistol. I stuffed some Nuka-Colas in here for now. Their lunch is in here. I don't know exactly what I'm going to keep in there, but yeah, I did it. I filled them up with some miscellaneous stuff. Here's some more do-it-yourself items. This is a do-it-yourself fridge. They're glitching. So we come out here. I'm going to talk to and trade with this person so they hopefully will stop their glitching. So give me a second. We're going to go. Boom. Nope, that didn't. There we go. Okay. Well, everybody wants to glitch. Oh well. Anyways. Whoa, stutter. So as I was doing, I'm going to place a camera here and a camera. Come on. Come on. I know you want to. Fine. We'll do it this way, real quick. I don't care if it floats for a second. And we'll just push it back a little ways and hit the place anywhere, and then boom. Okay, so there's that. And again, in order to do this properly, I need to come in here, grab one of these, and I need to place it here. And do this real quick. Yeah, no, that That looks redonkulous. So we'll do it like this then. Boom. And then boom. Alright, there. That one goes to that one. That goes to that. So it's not ridiculous. Glitch the wire through to that side. And then, so we don't have a wire going all the way across from one side to the other and looking kind of weird. This is how I'm going to do this. So we're going to put that one there. And this one approximately, come on, it's because of the lag. Give me 1 second. Sometimes the game wants to be a little laggy and glitchy because it is modded and it is loading in a lot of assets. So I think I've placed nearly 200 things in this settlement. I'm not sure. It's a lot. There's a lot going on. All right, let's keep trying. No, it still wants to be laggy. Anyways, so now we're gonna go like that, and then that can glitch into that one, and this one can then attach to that. Nope, that still looks stupid. So we're gonna grab another wall one, put it up as far as it can go, connect, and then connect. There, that's not as stupid. So it dangles in front of the shelf a little bit. Who cares? He's careful. That's what this ladder over there is for. So there's that. We're just going to let them, all the settlers in the background, glitch out. I'm not going to care. And now comes the little secret. Here's what all this area looks like during the day. So there is that. At least it still kind of looks scrappy and thrown together like it's the apocalypse. Not everything's gonna be perfect. So now, anyways, we're gonna come up to this roof where this part of the building is. But before we get to the secret, I'm gonna show you where I put the settlement beacon thing. No, not there. This one. Just real quick. And it's stuttering. So don't mind me. Anyways, up here is all kinds of electrical wiring. But this is where I stuffed the recruitment bacon. Anyways, so now I gotta do a quick save. It wants to stutter so bad. Okay. I keep hitting the wrong button. Keep hitting the Xbox button. instead of the pause. Okay, so let's try again. Hopefully it'll stop stuttering for a minute. Sometimes this is what you gotta do. You gotta exit out of the game, go back in for the stutter to stop. But as I continue to make settlements, um, it'll get worse. Okay, there's that aspect. So here we are. Immediately, you see a power armor, and it looks like it's a Raider power armor. Well, we'll address that here in a minute. Anyways, I put up a couple little lookout areas for Bob here to enjoy the sight. And behind us, what's that? Is that Coulter's power armor? Yeah, I spawned it in. I have not gone to Nuka World yet and beaten the crap out of Coulter. But anyways, I spawn in his power armor and put it there. And then I put 1,000 fusion cores in there. That's for this one specifically. Over here we got some workbenches, some clutter around the bottom of it. We got seating and lighting and Nuka-Cola, Quantums. We got some magazines, Live and Love, Advice from Married Men edition. Our secondary power armor. In my story, this used to be my wife's, who is now dead. That one was mine. This one's hers. Over here we got some mystery bacon and mystery jerky. I know these recipes say Fire Belly and Where's Brew, but I'm pretending it has something to do with the preparation. If you know what these two meats are from, then cool. They come in with the Nuka World DLC. They are made out of a very specific meat, which I will show you guys here in a bit. So we got some ammo, some mods sitting here on the ground. Some ammo back there on the weapons workbench. All the chems are Smooth Operator and Jet. You'll see exactly why. I got more in here with some beer, so that's there. Anyways, make sure I get an autosave in. I put up some pictures, random things to just kind of cover up the bareness of the walls. Over here is a sniper rifle, some different ammo, and I made sure it was uneven so it looks slanted, but from a distance it looks even, but up close you can tell it's a little lopsided. We put Live and Love up here. I Married a Robot edition, some more Smooth Operator, blood packs, and here's the sniper rifle and its rounds, which I gotta add the 22 more rounds in. Down here is a retired armor set. It's from the Creation Club. I just popped the Doom armor down there because it wouldn't make sense in this playthrough. I put a Nuka-Cola up top there. And now we get into the secret of what this stuff is, okay? So, first, we're going to start over here, though, before revealing the full secret. And this is another place for Bobby Boy here to just come and look, make sure that the guard's doing their job, and if not, he can help out a little bit, And now, here comes the big reveal. Boom, boom, boom. So, Bobby Boy here, Mr. Bob, has all kinds of chems out, smooth operator jet, psycho jet, some psycho buff out, a chem station, the lab coat because I thought it would be fitting. um, some more blood packs, buff out, Radix. And here's our dirty little secret. Those other parts were stuffed in around him, but I guess they fell through. I don't know how. I don't want to know how. But yeah, if you can't tell, Bobby Boy here is a cannibal. Him and his wife, before she passed away, had this deep, dark urge. And when they got cryolated and frozen in time, he went sleepy sleeps for a while. So he was pre-war cannibal and pre-war murderer. Now he's post-war cannibal and post-war murderer. I did have to kill a couple settlers that didn't want to get out of my personal home up there, but yeah, and the stutter's back. Anyways, we're gonna move away from Red Rocket. Hopefully, the stutter will stop. If you cannot see that stutter, I am glad, but it's there. And now that we're away from Red Rocket, it stopped because there's nothing really major to load in here at Sanctuary. I started with Red Rocket. I probably will do Sanctuary last because it's one of the largest settlements in the game, and it'll take forever to do anything with. The next settlement that we're going to be doing, that I'm going to be doing, I should say, is probably going to be either Croup Manor or the Lighthouse. That's the next choices. And then we're going to scoot on down and start taking care of settlement quests to unlock the settlements I want, like Grey Garden, which is right there, and if where is it? There's another, that one, Finch Farm. So I gotta do a couple missions to unlock those. I gotta unlock Slog by doing something for them. But yeah, and then third on the list will be the other one of these two, either the Lighthouse or Croup Manor. So whichever one I do second, the other one will be third. Fourth will be Outpost Zamonja. And then I'll just work my way around the Commonwealth. I do not have any provisioners right now, but that's okay. Because I'm all the settlements have the necessities to build up what I want to build up. Now, again, here at Sanctuary, there's nothing right now, but this is going to be one of the last settlements that I build up. Um, Again, specifically because it is a large settlement, and again, I am too close to Red Rocket, so it wants to stutter, and it's going back into the stutter phase. So we are just gonna, I guess, have to deal with that. And I'm going to change the color to green. It'll be it'll be fine. We're gonna scrap those for some plastic. Anyways, yeah, I went into my inventory. There, now I put it in there. Put all my junk I was carrying into the workbench because, again, this place is going to be one of the last. Another one of the last ones I'm going to do is going to be Vault 88 because it is huge too. Third on the last to do list will probably be. I gotta think. I don't think I'm gonna touch on Boston Airport because, again, I'm not really progressing the story. I'm just building settlements. So the Brotherhood of Steel aren't going to spawn in till I'm done everything. And by then, like, I just won't want to. But another one that is going to wait will be any of them out in Far Harbor, and probably I don't know. I might actually do Egret towards Marina next. I'm I don't know. I'm trying to think. But for the most part, I'm gonna touch on every single one of them that in my head would make sense to do. But another one I'm gonna kind of do last is Spectacle Island. So, and I'm also probably not going to touch on the castle because, again, I'm not doing quests yet until the very end. And by that time, I won't want to. And this is a Minutemen situation over here. So I don't want that. And since these stupid people over here don't actually have a settlement to themselves, I'm not going to touch on theirs. And then there's a specific faction over here that doesn't have a settlement of their own, so I'm not going to touch on anything of that. I'm not going to progress anything on their end either. So, long story short, I'm going to probably end this here, get it ready to be posted, and then work on Egret towards Marina. Simply because that's an easy settlement for the most part. Let's fast travel down there real quick. Where'd it go? Right there. Get away from Red Rocket as far away as possible. So yeah, this entire area is the settlement for the most part. I am gonna take you guys around to get rid of these mines because I don't feel like blowing up. We're gonna use VATS to scan for them because I'm lazy and I don't like just wandering around looking for landmines. Nope, not you. Those are over there on the other side, so let's go over there. Sorry, I'm being quick about this because I'm not actually doing anything here yet. And I want to build up and then show off because that's how I like doing things. Specifically because building takes a long time and I don't want y'all sitting here for 3+ hours watching me build everything. And as you can see, a lot of stuff is already here. So I typically tend to keep that stuff that's already here. Anyways, point being is, like, I don't think y'all want to sit here for 6+ hours, if not longer, watching me put in every excruciating detail that I possibly can. And jump up, grab that. Thank you. So yeah, it took me about 6, no, maybe 4 hours to do Red Rocket. And then, yeah, about 6 altogether because I took a break. I built, that took like 3 hours, 3 to 4. And then the, decorating took another 2-3 hours. It was a long time. That's all I know. And yes, some of all this stuff I'm picking up, I probably will put back anyways. But I don't know specifically because sometimes the game likes to knock things around on you, but especially if you get like a settler in here and like say for I glitch in a shop here or something and they come in, they'll sometimes knock things around, so I'll place it all back down with OC Decorator. But yeah, this fire patch needs to go, or oil spill area needs to go. I'm not sure on how exactly it's going to look yet, but I have an idea. And it all starts with this woman. So we're gonna talk to her, but I'm gonna do all this off camera. So y'all enjoy. Go down below, hit that like, subscribe, and bell notification button. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of Red Rocket and their secret. And I will be sure to comment back on every comment to ensure some sort of full communication. All right. Thank you, everybody. Bye.